Good morning.
Good morning. Hello from Canada, Alberta, everyone. And the sad story from Ukraine was today, and I have feelings that it was planned for Zelensky.
Are you talking about the helicopter?
Yeah.
That killed the children?
One child,
Okay, one
because
child.
it hit in the daycare.
Was Zelensky around there?
No, but they thought that he was going to in Austria, what is the name? The Vagos, for that conference.
Oh yeah, I remember the conference going on, yeah.
They thought that he would go there because sometimes he make those surprise trips. That's my feeling. I might be wrong, and it's for entertainment only. I know it's not entertainment, but this is something that click my mind. They can't throw accusations, but it can be that what we were feeling, that it was something like this.
Now, I have to say, I'm getting so tired of eating popcorn. It's now breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's so much going on in the world.
Good that I don't buy it. Popcorn. I'm buying everything else, and it's so much going on. It's unbelievable.
Oh, it's just one thing after the other, after the other.
And thank you so much for your wonderful comment. And thank you, Alexis and Janika and
Janice, Marby,
Janice, sorry.
Sweet and Salty 1111, Adele, the Green Light 777.
Group 66.
Nuts for Art. I always find that one funny. Libra Lady. Crisscross. Hi.
Sweet
and Salty 1111. Yeah, we already said that.
At Vega, Wind and Oats.
She's telling me turn off the telephone.
My volume for the phone is turned off for ringing, but not for
the noise, for
the video.
Oops. Okay, we are teenagers in the classroom.
Oh, it's a rough life when you get old, I tell you.
And I heard that my lady behind me is moving her eyes. Who is writing this? Someone wrote me a comment, and Martin St. John is asking if anyone noticed that the painting of Mona Lisa is moving mouth and mouth, I think, only moving a nose. Maybe she is a Samantha, the witch. That was Bewitched, the Samantha?
Yeah, Samantha's Bewitched.
Yeah, my uncle.
Or you're drinking. It's either this end or your end. I don't know. And I'm not saying it.
No, maybe he is seeing, or he or Mariam. Mariam is seeing something.
That's kind of interesting, though.
Well, I painted that, by the way.
Yeah, she painted always.
Okay, so I'm ready for questions, and thank you so much. And at the end, we will be seeing who is receiving the gift from Janet and Tom Burke. Half an hour reading with me.
And so the first one is the Cornelius. Is Rasputin reincarnated into Putin?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
If so, he's more like a Mike Jagger. I don't know. I saw Mike Jagger more than Putin in his skin. I don't know why. I think he has far more energy, Rasputin, in this lifetime than he had in the previous one. And he wants to have some fun. He was a ladies' guy. He was...
which is why you see...
Well, very well known for his equipment. Yeah, he wants to experience with love more. He was so sad about his last life, and this lifetime he is married, maybe not once. So he wanted to have some human lifetime, this lifetime. He was a psychic. Whoever don't know about Rasputin, the real psychic in Russia. He was a monk who was not living like a monk. because there was a lineup of women waiting for his predictions to come to him, and he was abusing them sexually. Now, none of them will complain. He was extremely big, like a man, and they were poisoning him, they were shooting him, they threw him in the river, and he was, for so long, he was able, because they poisoned him, he was able to survive. And he predicted, if you will destroy me, Russia will be destroyed too.
Mhm.
Now, he is not Putin. Putin is small, Putin is...
Not quite a ladies' man, I don't think.
No.
BP is asking, do aliens have the cure for human illnesses and diseases?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Absolutely. But they are still as well afraid of our germs. That's the reason they are always, the gods were living in the high mountains, they were building, aliens were building big structures where the climate was not too much a distraction for them. So like they were probably living in the areas that it was elevated. Egypt is different, but they were maybe living in those tombs, in those tombs, but in the pyramid, maybe around pyramid there was a microclimate. I don't know, but they were trying to save themselves. They don't trust us. They have everything written, and they can be the doctors of Queen of Love, symbol of taking care of others. So sometimes they are capable of helping us.
And remember, from the other side, they do develop cures and help us. And then they plant those ideas in those people who can take action on it. And they're at different parts of the world, and they all get the information at the same time. And then they come together, and it's just, wow, you have the same thoughts. Yeah, but it's all planted.
And the same was with Edgar Casey. He knew how to cure himself.
Mm-hmm.
He predicted to his parents, do this, and he was paralyzed as a child for some while. And then he was not able to speak, and he knew that he would be able to be hypnotized and start speaking again. And then there was young girl that Edgar Casey helped during his, because he was sleeping prophet. So he was closing his eyes. He has to lay down. Good that I don't have to do that in front of you.
Flutter your eyes and then go into trance.
In dark. So he was laying down, and he saw a prosthetic for the leg for that girl, and he got Oxford, some prize from Oxford University for designing that prosthetic. So he was a real prophet. And he was living in time of Atlantis. Did I say the right way?
Atlantis, yeah.
Atlantis, okay.
So he goes back to that time too.
Yeah. He was a doctor at that time.
Soldier Vision is saying, will there be a dark side of Disney exposed, and will there be accountability?
I don't know anything about that. So they are suing Disney about
Well,
that?
DeSantis is after Disney.
Oh, 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
They will be dividing something. So there will be a proper settlement before we will know too much. Because otherwise it's a big battle. They will choose to go and winner, everyone will be a winner. They don't want to show all the dirty laundry in a public place.
And Group 66 is, she's got her dinner ready. I hope it's not popcorn to watch us.
We are coming for dinner.
Get out the nice hors d'oeuvres when you're watching us.
Thank you so much for always feeding yourself with us, with our mental feeding. And
oh, I tell you, it's a rough life.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up, and there is no way that we can be able to catch up with everything.
Anyways, let me see here. I have to go down further. Song Sing is asking, Trump is asking to go back on Facebook. Will he be successful?
So he wants to now be on Facebook.
1, 2, 3.
I don't see anything.
You don't see him on Facebook?
No,
There's
I
no
don't
face.
No, I don't see anything. So hopefully, well, magic. No, he will be sad. There will be some. He needs to cure himself, so that there is some sadness. I don't think they will take him. I didn't see any vision. That's unusual for me.
I don't do Facebook. Anyway, Sweet and Salty.
I don't have time to go through it because I have so many people.
You have no life.
It's impossible to go through all those.
Including mine. Sweet and Salty 1111 says, it does look like Mona Lisa's mouth is moving.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
I painted her, so she is whispering to me. She's sitting behind me. Thank you. At least we have Mariam St. John's, and now who? Who was saying that Mona Lisa is talking?
Sweet and Salty, and it goes way back further.
Okay, thank you. I'm taking your word for it. I will sit down a little bit closer so you can see her more. I'm moving all the time, my head.
Joel David Leath, Leath, have you done a painting of Sheryl, is it Charis? Melina Brown?
No.
Yet? Okay. Your sister from another life?
No. Well, we were sisters, but I don't know how much I really was close to her. There was some, I don't know, there was some jealousy. She was the beautiful one who was dancing for the god in a temple, and I was the one who became blind, and I was reading palms because of that. So maybe I was not as close to her as I wish I was. But I was hooked. The first moment I saw her, I told my son that something is odd. Special
K, you have a personal question here. Hopefully you perhaps are the recipient of a gift at the end. So that's what's recorded is historically accurate about him. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I can tell you when I was young, I was reading a lot of those books about Rasputin. I was fascinated with him. And I think it is true because it was everyone was talking about this in Petersburg, where he was living, and apparently even Tsar Nicholas II, his wife was even seduced by Rasputin. He was capable of putting women in the sleep, in the meditation. Help me, how you put people in, not
you hypnotize
them. So he was apparently even able to take advantage of the big lady who loved her husband. She was so much in love with her husband. Yeah, he was famous lover, up and down. Okay. And yeah, he was quite educated as well. Thank you, Psychic Zilla. Thank you. I hope you are doing
You're a loyal
okay.
follower. Thank you.
Well, and she won the reading, and she was third person who won the reading. Before even I post the video, I put the note that she's a winner. In the middle of the night, she sent I'm the winner.
Callie, or Kaylee, Kali, who dances. Violetta, you said years back that COVID will be safer or almost gone in the spring. Is it 2023 or 2024?
Time is never easy for me. I just know that that's what will happen. And so many different, people have different opinions. I went yesterday to see first time a chiropractor that I was supposed to see about 7 weeks ago. Eventually I end up seeing him, and he gave me a lecture about not to take. So I will keep my mouth shut, but everyone has the rights to do what they want to do.
Including you. This is what I was smiling about when you were talking about Rasputin. Crisscross says, Mona Lisa is saying, this too shall pass. It may feel like a kidney stone, but it will pass.
Good job, thank you.
and then Group 66 says, yeah, she's having steak and potatoes, or steak with gravy. Yeah, steak with potatoes and gravy. Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, and for the kidney stones, I gave that recipe long time ago to people that my uncle is drinking beer in the bathtub. He hates beer, but every 6 weeks he has to go to the warm bath and drink beer because it will, and he doesn't have any stones since he was in his 40s or 30s. Well, he has the stones, they are building up, but he's washing them out. That I rather suffer this than the birth of the stone.
BP is wonder who DeSantis was in a past life.
DeSantis or Santos?
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
1, 2, 3.
He was a merchant. He was just buying, selling, and negotiating. So he was traveling and doing business. For him, everything is a business. Well, he was doing what he could do. He was even quite well known, and he was even maybe one of those travelers who travel.
Time traveler?
No. It was da Gama, the Vasco da Gama. So maybe that name came to me. And he was capable of knowing some continents. So he was a big-time traveler. And so he has some old soul knowledge. Not that he's using for the right reasons, but he has some old connection with the old. And someone asked me, I was reading comments, I didn't wrote the questions yet, but there is a question about Pelosi. Who was she in the previous life?
So who is she?
I saw her as Elizabeth first, Queen Elizabeth. And it will make, I have goosebumps. I have the feeling that she was a big woman already on arena. That's the reason she knows how to to keep her cold head all the time.
Cool head.
Cold. Yeah. It is, and Biden was probably one of her advisors, so he was not as important as she was.
Rosita Ramos.
And that came in the dream because I forgot. Well, I couldn't write the questions because I was checking the messages, comments in the middle of the night at 3:00 this time. Because we are sending.
If we wake up,
we are sending each other mails, and she's not sleeping. I'm not sleeping. Not together.
It's that time of the evening, where you wake up and you don't go back to sleep for a little bit. That's when you're being talked to.
Keeping myself busy reading comments, and she is reading. And
then she says, "I'm going back to sleep now. Good night."
And she sent me, someone is using our site, and we want to warn those people that we are aware that you are doing this, communicating about something illegal. So we want you to get out of our site. They are giving each other messages. On our site, we don't know, but if we will have to, we might go to FBI and tell them about your communication through our channel.
Yeah, happened again last night.
And it is consistent.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of information.
Yeah, and we are thinking that they are planning something.
You thought it had to do with a crime.
Crimes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And sometimes you will see that weird comments. That's who they are, and they usually are communicating between each other, and they are using my channel, and I'm dismissing them right away, putting them in the garbage.
So you can answer this if you'd like, Rosita Ramos. If a person is sick of being sick and in pain, could they will themselves to die?
What if the person is sick and in pain? What 3 cards?
Can they will themselves to die?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, absolutely. And in my mind is coming Linda, my girlfriend. And 3 years ago she died. She didn't want to die. She was only 56. And she was always asking me, how long you think I will live? And I was telling her, as long as you want to live. No longer, no shorter. You will be living as long as you want. So she was making big plans to see her grandchildren, blah, blah, blah. But the pain was so cruel to her. And she invited me 2 days before she will die, before she will go to the hospicium with her boyfriend, fiancé. They were living for so many years. A wonderful guy. And she knew, and 2 days later she passed away. So
my mom knew in December the 3rd, that she was going to pass at the end of February, and she did.
When they have so much of the fight, they want to share everything with with this universe and go to another, and by surprise they can make themselves to get to the other side.
Sweet and Salty 1111 is asking, will Arizona turn into a blue state? There's another election coming up in Arizona.
Because the 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see more purple. I don't know if it's completely blue, but purple, yes. We will have to wait. There will be a winner from Arizona, but there will be a fight, and he will be a feisty person. And I know BP is there. Hello, BP, because I can read that people are greeting her. Thank you.
And my girlfriend Michelle from Calgary's on there too.
Hello, Michelle. How are you?
Truth is saying, will Prince Harry ever come to the point where he regrets writing the book and getting all the interviews? 1, 2, 3.
He is. Okay, I was sitting yesterday in the office of the chiropractor, and there was a seat. I chose the seat, and it was so wiggly. So he is still not completely sure what he is doing. He is feeling extremely wiggly and extremely struggling. Because on one hand, he has this family that he grew up with. It's his roots. And then he wants to please Megan, and he wants to be happy in the relationship. But sitting on that little stool, I don't know if anyone have seen was sitting on that little thing. Instead of choosing different one, I thought, no, I choose this one, and I will be wiggling my
because I need to have it in my reading tomorrow.
I don't know, like maybe, but he feels very uncomfortable, very unstable.
He's between 2 worlds.
He is not in a happy place, and then he is not as strong. William is much stronger on that point. He knows where he is going and so on. Harry never knows where he's going, and he will be sorry about the money. He wants to give love to Megan and the kids. So he is choosing as much as maybe he will eventually say that he is sorry because he still loves his father, a family.
The Cornelius has a, thank you for the comment as well, this one.
He's very much a human being. He's very, very humble, like a teenager. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. The Cornelius is saying, thank you so much for answering his question, or her question. I've never felt such loyalty to strangers. Yeah, and we are strange as well. So it's not just strangers. Violetta and Sheryl, you have continued to call to our hearts and probably have in many lives. We adore you both. Thank you so much.
Last night I was thinking if that what we were really connected in that life, that we were looking after the grandmother.
First cousins. Yeah.
First cousin.
We must have been having a lot of fun.
And she was old, but she was very powerful lady. And she let us to run her dominion. So we were more like twin sisters. And I said I wouldn't go shopping with her because she will be grabbing the same thing as I'm grabbing. I'm going usually with my brother and his wife.
And he's not going to grab it for you or take it away from you.
No, he will actually tell me, that's good for you. You like this one.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So he is very... On my side, his wife is wearing everything gray, and she's showing me, would you like? No, gray is not me. I need more drama. And they are laughing. No, not enough drama. So they know
That's the actress coming out in you from that other lifetime.
Yeah, and it's so funny because she likes to feel comfortable in the grayish colors. And I said, I bought some because of you, and then I'm never wearing. So it's our, but with her, I can.
You don't have this outfit.
No, but I like
you.
that.
Yeah, but you almost.
Yeah.
This sweater I've had for a long time, and then it was even before Trump became president. And then I go back and I look at the label, and I have two of them, one in black and this color. They're both Ivanka's. Oh Lordy.
Well,
if I didn't know that, I
she has a
wouldn't
good taste. I don't mind, she has a good taste.
Well, I still wear it because I still like it.
Yeah.
But, no, I wouldn't have bought it after she got into the White House there. Patou Vincent, I love your friendship and smiles, and thank you for that. I want to know how long DeSantis will be around making life miserable for people in Florida.
Time is not my cup of tea.
1.
And I'm trying to answer.
2. 3.
I'm sorry, but he will be like a good old wine. Oh, thank you, Shoulder Vision.
Thank you very much.
Soldier Vision. Thank you so much.
May your light burn blue for eternity. That's
Thank
lovely
you.
saying.
And I'm sorry, but he will be still maturing on your public eye. I don't like him, but I have to say he will fulfill his dreams, and he has a lot of those dreams. Oh, shaky tower. I hope he is not going for president, but we know that Trump has something on him.
You thought that he was going to run, but he was going to be taken out because of something.
And I saw him as a peacock, and then eventually without the feathers, so he looks like a real chicken.
Yeah.
So there will be something, he will be running, and the time is not up to me, but the wine, sometimes the wine can get rotten, even if the best situation, if there is not good enough temperature or,
Sweet and Salty 1111, will Carrie Lake stop embarrassing herself in Arizona?
Carrie Lake.
Well, you had to joke about her yesterday. Or
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Did you knew that that was her or Green?
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Which one of them? No, that's her. That's Katie.
Well, she's the one who wants to run.
Lake. Yeah, Katie Lake had the cutout of Trump. And I'm repeating what I heard from the good sources. Midas Touch. They had that joke.
Oh, yeah.
And she has a cutout of Trump for entertainment only. And she was holding his paper thing. cut out in the private place, and she said she loves him more than she loves her husband. Now she is so much infatuated with him. Eventually she will feel very vulnerable and there will be a battle. But that's for entertainment only. You know what you can expect from young chicks like us.
Now, Janie T is doing the follow-up. What does Trump have on DeSantis?
That's like encyclopedia. How can I know even? 3 cards.
1,
These guys.
2, 3.
It is going back to his, when he was much younger, he was giving lectures. I don't know, I see and feel a harp, huge instrument, which is very old-fashioned. So this is coming back to when he was a teacher somewhere to the students. There is some dirt about him from that time. That Trump thinks that he can hold him. Maybe, maybe not, because he can pull those blinds and he can still go to the world and he can still celebrate something. He is ready because Trump told him that there will be something that he would like to put some mud on him. Please forgive me. I will take I'm recording us to see if my device is working, so I will be free to.
When she does the ones by herself, she uses her phone to record because it uploads easier. And so she's recording this to see how long it will go before it stops.
Because I'm repairing.
Chris N has a question.
And I will just see if it was possible to. 32 minutes and 58 cents. So I was able to repair this. So
now you can just go that long.
Saturday,
You cut it off 2 minutes early. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Friday I can.
Take off.
So Saturday I can post a video that it will be full length.
Now, Chris Ann is posing a question.
I'm so smart. I'm kidding.
She actually is smart.
Yeah.
Chris Ann is asking a question, and this may be answered by somebody who is watching this video. Perhaps it's not one for Violetta. My husband bought an old radio, Oceanic, was wondering if there's an attachment to it. So if anybody knows about that, do you know about that?
Okay, I have an antique store. And
you have that too?
Well, I've never experienced any attachments to anything, but I will sage everything.
Yeah.
When it's coming to the store, I have a sage. I have the cedars for saging as well, or green grass. I don't like green grass because it's so hard for me to burn, but you can buy sage. It's not that expensive, or cedar. I love cedar. And sage everything around the store. Go clockwise from the door and then open, put this outside on a shelf. There is one shelf over here by the door. And leave it until it will stop by itself. Don't smudge this, because if you will stop it by doing this, the native lady told me you can cause a storm.
Wow.
So I'm always letting it to dry, but on the angle, so it's not going to. Okay, so that's
and
that way you can.
And I was thinking more like an attachment to attach into it, not an attachment spiritually.
No, I think that's what she meant on our channel, and she's asking everyone.
Michelle is making a comment, which she knows very well that works. One can will themselves out of pain, will yourself to live. We all have this ability.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, I can't take painkillers. And yes, you sent me that link about the blue,
the willow,
white willow. That is wonderful for pain.
That it says
controlling. I took yesterday a few drops and I had more pain.
you have that? Like you bought it?
I bought it. I went to the Nutters.
I'd go and get a tree. Because
I
it's
can-
also the willow bark of the tree.
I can go and eat that one.
Because then you end up with a whole bunch of stuff there.
And with the little fluffy
You got the little container,
with,
yeah.
with little animals. Yeah, but you can. True that I thought we have that, so I thought that you have that in Lethbridge.
What?
But you can try it. Painkillers are not for me, so I have to wind myself all the time. And I thought forwards. I was telling you in the morning. I took that painkiller, and I felt so much more in pain. My headache is never in pain, and I had headache. And yesterday I was telling this chiropractor, and he's, how often do you have headaches? I said, once in 6 months.
I never get headaches.
And I never really can say that I have headaches. I remember when my doctor asked me, how often you have headaches? I said, that's not my excuse. Because a lot of women will use that. Oh, we have to start thinking about finishing. I have to go to see my chiropractor today again.
Now, so there's 2 questions I'd like to ask you. Janie T is asking, will DeSantis lose the case brought by a Floridian citizen about spending millions of taxpayers' money on transporting immigrants from San Antonio to Florida to Martha's Vineyard? That's a good case.
And he's and taking them from Texas.
Yeah, went to Texas,
And it is,
which is against what they're supposed to, like they didn't come to Florida.
No, that's like human trafficking.
Yeah, and then tried to entice them back to work.
Yeah, so this is very nice story. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Old ship. Imagine yourself, very old ship that is taking prisoners. And they have that floor opening in the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and they are putting them in the dungeon. So I see that one as an answer. So he will be punished for that. A lot of money will go. It will show that he was cheating. My cheating card, double meaning. But somehow he will be able to get out of it. The ship will leave him. The ship is over there, and he will be left on the shore. He will survive.
And yes, Ruth, that's where aspirin comes from, is from willow.
Yeah. And apparently, if you just chew the willow, that's remedies for today. It is the natural painkiller that doesn't have the side effects for someone like me and Michelle, who, I don't know, Michelle doesn't have the bleeding problem. I have the bleeding problem.
They both have Ehlers-Danlos.
Yeah. So, hello, girlfriend, for that reason. And, it is that I tried, but it didn't work out on me. But it is apparently very good home remedy if you don't want to take any
Aspirin.
other drugs or aspirin. And it has no side effects. Somehow my wonderful head was not working with aspirin, with that solution.
And Deborah Mathis is saying,
Herbs.
make strong tea, willow tea from fresh branches, use 1 to 4 with water, and then water it on plants that are struggling.
Oh, that's so good. My mom was using tea bags
Mm-hmm.
and putting them around the plants. And as well, my mom was using...
I use coffee, leftover coffee.
Yeah, I don't drink the coffee, so I don't have it. Hardly ever. And as well, she was crushing eggs,
Mm-hmm.
but they have to be very dry. And sometimes they have the smell, so I was...
Now, this
as
is,
a teenager,
so this will be the last question for today. And the questions that you pose here, I do take a screenshot of them, and then we'll access later on,
so
which is how these ones
reliable.
come. Katie, the energy worker, says, someone has been cutting the fences at the Dallas Zoo once for a leopard that escaped and another for the monkeys. Who and why? 1, 2, 3.
That person thought that he can cut them, be able to catch them and sell them. But he was not able to catch them. Well, so that was the reason, struggling. He thought that he can be a star or save them somehow. He thought that he is saving them somehow. Some problem with mental problems, but he thought that he will make some money at the same time.
Will he be caught?
Oh, okay. 1 second. I have to cleanse the cards and put them back.
One, 2, 3.
He will be hurt. I don't know if caught, but he will be bleeding. So it will be self-destruction. No, not caught. But there will be some celebration. They will be observing this, and he will be, hurt before he will be able to do it. And he will have to face the charges. I don't see very old person. I think kind of younger person.
So now she's going to prepare for the gift from Janet and Tom for a half-hour reading.
Okay.
And these are taken from the end of the Monday video. So if you put a comment on the Monday's video, those are the ones that are going to be taken from. Remember, turn the volume down.
Yeah, the value is off.
And will there be another one that'll be done on the weekend?
We will answer whoever will write comments under this video
when it's reposted.
Reposted. So that.
And please remember to put in your likes. We really.
I thought that I turned off.
We really appreciate that because it helps Violetta so much in the. YouTube.
The comments, the likes, the subscribing. Okay.
Again, put a comment in at when this replay is on.
Okay, so it is 268 comments from the previous video.
Monday's video.
Monday. And thank you, BP. You are the first one on the list. But if ever you want to have a reading, please let me know. I will be so happy to meeting with you again.
And some of the winners who have had one, they write in the comments on the live or post after about how wonderful it was. So you will enjoy it.
Thank you. Lani Ann, Lani. And we are already being limited to 2 packs of eggs, toilet paper towel. She is writing how bad the situation in California is. So congratulations, girl. You are the winner. I'm pinning your comments. So for a while you will be before BP, but eventually I will put BP. The moment you will contact with me with your email address, I will take you from the pinning position, and you will still be here, but it will be the BP's stamps, timestamps again on the right place. Thank you, BP, for being with us, and thank you, Chris, Sweet, Salty, 1111,
Sherry, Yvonne, Justice Warrior, Sissy
Patterson. Okay, thank you so much for watching us.
And so Violetta does a video on Friday night, and then she posts it Saturday morning.
Because Saturday I'm going to work, so I can't do the video in the morning and post it. So it's always a little bit delayed, but the subjects are so far kind of on the same time. So you can still enjoy watching them.
So thank you very much for joining us today, and we will see you next Monday.
Yeah, and I will see you on kind of Friday. Friday I will be, and my baby is working, so I was researching because when I was going to those guys at the store,
They couldn't help you, I know.
They gave me ones for new replacement, but that didn't have the same problem with showing. So I knew that there is some problem. One guy fixed it, but he didn't know how. So I thought I have to fix it because I'm not going with my knee to beg them and suffer. So
thank you.
thank you so much, and see you Saturday morning on my YouTube. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.